Good afternoon, welcome to Val di Sole. We're here in Trentino in Italy for round 10 of the UCI Cyclo-cross World Cup. The sun's come out a little bit, it's still really chilly up here in the mountains as we take a look at the standings of this World Cup so far. Laurens Sweeck is the leader, he has a 17-point advantage on Eli Iserbyt. In third place, Michael van Turnhout and Lars van der Haar in fourth place. So far then, Sweeck has been pretty consistent in this World Cup and looking forward here on a surface that should pretty much suit him. He loves riding in different conditions, particularly on the sand. Let's see whether the snow will be to his liking today. We're at 1,261 metres. A definite snow cross. Everyone wrapped up against the elements. Most of the course is in the shade, a little bit in the sunshine. It's a real testing course. Let's hear from some of the riders.
Congratulations. Here's a little present for your 29th birthday. Are you gonna eat it before or after the race?
I'm gonna do it after, I think, yeah. It will be the best.
Tricky conditions today. You crashed during recon?
Yeah, it was just a little crash, not something special. Yeah, it's more and more that there is ice on the floor, and yeah, then a crash can happen.
Michael van Turnhout, might we say that you on the snow feel like a fish in the water?
Yeah, yesterday was a lot of snow, but today, yeah, it's more icy, so it's more dangerous, I think. But we will see in the race, and hopefully it will be a little bit, well, a little bit harder.
Mathieu van der Poel, how about today's tricky conditions? Are you in love with them?
Not really, to be honest. Yesterday was way better for me. Today it's really like riding on ice. It's really difficult to get some speed in, and it's really tricky.
So, are you still confident?
I have to, but no. I mean, yesterday the course was just way harder. Today it's difficult to really go all out because you're really riding on ice. So it's gonna be, like I say, really tricky. You're gonna have to be really careful all hour long, and it's really difficult to push as well. It's just sliding from one corner to another.
So what's possible for you?
I don't know. Since the race in Dublin, I felt really bad. I had a bad week, so yeah, I don't know. It could be a good race, could be a bad race, but I'm happy that I can be at the start, and I still have a second place to defend in the GC, so that's why we're here.
Gianni Vermeers, the newly crowned world champion gravel. What are you looking for here today?
Well, I hope to can have a good race and enjoy myself. I'm really happy to be here. Last year I was not here, and I was watching the race on TV. I was a little bit sad that I was not there. So yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I love it. It's a long time ago I raced in snow and ice, and so I will enjoy it.
And it's also the start of your cyclocross season.
Yeah, correct. So let's hope the shape is good enough to be competitive for a good result. But like I say, I really gonna enjoy myself.
Thank you and good luck.
The world gravel champion then, Gianni Vermeers, is here. We're waiting for the grid to be formed up. 6 rows of the grid today, which will be set up shortly. We're about 5 minutes from the race start. Laurens Sweeck, as you saw then, celebrating his 29th birthday on the start line today. He's had a great season so far. Not out of the top 4 riders for all 9 rounds of racing. Started the season with 2 top 2 places. Then 4th in Tabor. Then he took the wins in Maasmechelen and Beekse-Berge. Then in Overijse he was 4th. 2nd in Hulst. 4th again in Antwerp. And 2nd last time out in Dublin. Eli Iserbyt not feeling too great. Let's see how he does. Last time here in Val di Sole, Iserbyt was in 4th place. We've got a few non-starters today. Wout van Aert, the winner last time in Val di Sole, he's not here. Tom Pidcock, who was third last time, is not here either. Like Kevin Kuhn is going to do a bit of cleaning before things get started today. Van den Bos making his way to the start line.
Sixth, last week in Dublin from Belgium, Jens Adams.
Lawrence Wake, though, continues with this consistency that he's got right now. Then this World Cup is starting to look like more of a possibility. Remember, there are 40 points for the winner, 30 points for second place, 25 for third. And it goes 22, 21, 20, 19, and so on all the way down. So if you get in those first top 3 places, then you can start to really grow your lead, and that's what Swake has managed to do. Is a bit sitting in second place. He's had 2 top wins, but apart from that, Isabit has been really on and off form all season.
Top 2 and number 5 today. He's a former European champion, winner this year.
Van Turnhout, second last year here in Val di Sole. But this course is really tricky today. As you've heard, it's turned from being yesterday slushy and a real racing course for power to today being just ice. Very, very tricky indeed. Lawrence Wake making his way forward with the white front tyre. Totally different combination to anybody else, Lawrence Wake. Riders then getting the last jackets off. They'll just try and keep on a layer before the final minute ticks down. Last little bit of instruction before we get this race underway. There's Mathieu van der Poel. Van der Poel on the second row of the grid today. Front row of the grid, Kevin Kuhn, the Swiss champion. Alongside him, getting ready, Toon van den Bos, not in the top 6 so far this season. Next rider on the grid, Eli Isabit. 2 wins so far, second in the World Cup. He's riding his bike with the Koppenberg Cross paintwork. Michael van Turnhout, third overall, 1 win so far. We know he's good in the snow. Can he do something today? Lawrence Wake keeping 2 more jackets on before he gets this race going. Choosing an interesting combination on that front tyre. Very much mud tyres on the back, but a bit of an intermediate on the front. Lawrence Wake not out of the top 4 in 9 rounds of racing. Niels van der Putte, 5th overall. One's 5th in the World Cup so far this season. This is Jens Adams. 6th overall, 6th last time out. The white jersey to match the white of the snow. Lawrence Wake has gone for a totally different tyre combination than anyone else, as we can see. Vincent Bastien's always a good starter. Belgian rider about to get underway. On the second row of the grid, Corny van Kessel and Mathieu van der Poel. Gianni Vermeers down in 4th row of the grid. No Tom Pidcock, no Wout van Aert. We're about to get going. The countdown to the start of round 10 of the UCI Cyclo-cross World Cup. Let's wait for green. Go, go, go in round 10. Val di Sole is underway, and Laurens Sweeck and Mathieu van der Poel at the front. That's a very, very fast start. Can they get safely through this first corner? Sweeck manages to. Challenged at the front there. Sweeck into that left-hander. Everyone's safely through by the looks of things. Kevin Kuhn in that red and white jersey. Kuhn now takes over the lead. Van der Poel is almost up at the front now. Everyone just steadying down through these first couple of turns. Not a good start for Jens Adams this time. Van der Poel through that left-hander. So it's Kuhn, followed 2 places back by Laurens Sweeck, then Vincent Bastians, then Michael van Turnau, Elisabeth, Corny van Kessel, Mathieu van der Poel, Pim Ronhaar. Jens Adams goes through in that white jersey. The atmosphere superb this afternoon. Kevin Kuhn having the best start of the season that he's had. Niels van der Putte with him. There is Van der Poel. He managed to make his way off that second row of the grid pretty quickly. Kevin Kuhn, the Swiss rider, likes the snow in that national champions kit. Really accelerating out of all the turns. Well, don't forget you can follow at uci.org for all the information on the World Cup. You can follow at UCI_cycling for our social media, and you can message me at Ant McCrossan on any social media if you want to give us your thoughts on today's cyclocross. Very different. Saturday for a start, snow for the second as well. Bruce Masterton, happy birthday to you. Sharing a birthday with Laurens Sweeck. Niels van der Putte in second place. Look at the speed of Laurens Sweeck though, as he went in there but was held up by Vincent Bastians. Here's Van der Poel. Yesterday Van der Poel made this hill look very easy in the recon. Kuhn with a nice advantage on the rest of the field at the moment. Timon Rugg is having a good start. This could throw up some interesting combinations in this race. Here's Laurens Sweeck. Well, he was held up by the rider in front of him there, Niels van der Putte. He looked to have plenty of traction. See how this settles down over the next couple of minutes. Van der Poel not having the best of starts at the moment. He seems to be struggling a little. Past the chainsaws, the atmosphere is superb. This rider certainly is thriving in these conditions. Van der Putte second. There's Elisabeth. As we know, he hasn't felt good since Dublin, but doesn't seem to be having too many problems today. Maybe a bit of illness after that trip to Dublin for that Irish round of the World Cup. There's Lawrence Swake with that white front tyre to match the snow. Timon Rugg, then Mathieu van der Poel. Van der Poel seems to be taking the initial stages of this race just a little bit steady. Still there he is, working his way down, and a bit of a fall there for Corny van Kessel. Van der Poel manages to get himself around that corner. Corny van Kessel having to put the chain back on. The Swiss rider very at home in the snow, isn't he? Looks really comfortable. Technically superb in these conditions. Van der Putte second place, Van Turnhout in third. Evan Koen, a rider who promises so much, and we haven't really seen it so far this season come to great results. He finished at 6th in Maasmechelen. It's been his top place so far this season. Looks good right now. Van der Poel settling in. He seemed super confident yesterday when he was asked about riding here in Val di Sole, but seems to be, since he rode the recce earlier, not quite as confident as he was. Van der Poel said yesterday, as soon as I saw this course and I saw that it fitted into my calendar, I didn't hesitate to add this World Cup to my programme. He said, after all, I've got good memories of Val di Sole. I won the mountain bike World Cup here in 2019. I was on the podium a year earlier. So he said he's delighted to race here in Val di Sole as far as cyclocross is concerned. He watched it last year. He was thrilled with the course. He also said, it's a long time since I've raced on the snow, but it doesn't matter. It should still suit me. Coming up to the end of lap number 1 after 3,075 metres. That was a 7:25 lap that time. That will be a little bit adjusted, but a very fast start to this race. And a fall there for Vincent Bastiens in the background. There's the fall of Bastiens around that turn, sliding his way in. Lawrence Swake looks pretty comfortable sitting in there in his position. There he is. This year he seems to be riding with real confidence and maturity. Doesn't seem to have any issues. It seems much more relaxed this season. So once we've adjusted that first lap, it was a 7:17 opening lap for our first rider. Van der Poel is struggling a little bit with the ice. You'll notice though, he's got the aero over socks on, choosing to put them over his leg warmers to make sure that they work to his advantage. There is Swake on his birthday. Timon Rugg on the right-hand side. Bastiens in that green and yellow and blue coloured top. Thanks for joining us for round 10. This is the front of the race. 4 riders about to be joined by the World Cup leader. Bastians goes into the pits just to make sure that the bike's not damaged after that fall. And Swake just hovering about 4 seconds back. This corner's a little bit tricky. Everyone seems to have to take it wide. You really slide out on it. The top 10 at the moment then. Michael van Turnhout, Kevin Kuhn, Ali Isabit, Niels van der Putte, Laurens Swake. Then a gap back to Timon Rugg, Vincent Bastians, Mathieu van der Poel, Toon van den Bos and Stan Gaudry is our top 10. Swake has no problems on that hill that time, didn't get held up by the rider in front. Van der Poel finds that hill a little bit easier that time. Needs to get a little bit of a shift on. He's lost 19 seconds on our leaders, and this trio at the front are now combining nicely. Ali Isabit's in there. Swake needs to do something about this. He needs to stay with Ali Isabit. He's his main challenger for the World Cup. Isabit in that black and red kit in second place at the moment. Superb performance by Timon Rugg. Best performance in a World Cup. Only 6 years of age, Timon Rugg. We haven't had a chance to really talk about him at all in a World Cup before. So good to get an opportunity to see another rider. Comes from Zurich in Switzerland. There's Van der Poel with Vincent Bastians. These three riders at the front really sprinting hard. There's a bit just checking over his shoulder just to see what the situation is. Kevin Kuhn kicks on again. When you come off this descent, you really do need to be very careful on your line. Hope that the tyres grip. There's Swake in white with that red flex on the jersey as World Cup leader. There's Timon Rugg in that multicoloured jersey, just coming round the corner. Rides for Team Legendre. He's been an under-23 and elite Swiss champion in his career. Second overall in the Coupe de France as well as a cyclocross rider. That's that season-long competition. Mathieu van der Poel. We really anticipated that Van der Poel would be the out-and-out rider to beat today. I wonder whether it's going through his mind. He's seen Fem van Empel have a pretty big crash, and what he doesn't want to happen today is he has a big crash and it takes him out of his road season as well. It is extremely icy in places on this course. So maybe Mathieu van der Poel has just got another thought in the mind about what he's going to try and do today. To remember that some of these riders are just out-and-out cyclocross riders. Others, like Van der Poel, are also thinking about their road season in big detail. Isabit has a little bit of a problem that time. Comes to almost a standstill. Swiss champion kicking on. Swiss champion on the front, 24 years of age, from Switzerland. We think back to the 2020 World Championships. Kevin Kuhn was the silver medalist in the under-23 race. There he is as he looks around. comes up to complete the second lap. 7:17 lap that time, so we're completely equal on the previous lap. Here's Van der Poel coming up to complete this lap, 7th place for him. A 7:22 lap, so around about 5 seconds slower than our leader. Kevin Kuhn rides for the Torman cycling team. He is in 3rd place. He's a bit trying to pedal his way across. Sweik is on his wheel. Good news for Sweik right now to be on the wheel of the 2nd place overall rider. Niels van der Putte on the front. We haven't seen him at the front of a World Cup race at this point in the race all season. There's Van der Poel. Did he have a problem on this corner? Just a little one. Good in that red jersey, just letting the wheel go a little bit. So far this season he's been riding well in the Swiss Cup. He won in Mestetten, in Ilmenau and Steinmau. He won the Under-23 World Cup back in the 2019-2020 season. As Isabet took a little bit of a slip and a slide around that corner. Just shows you how cyclocross can be so inconsistent. It really tests you out on every single different course. There's Van der Putte opening up a little bit of an advantage. There's Isabet. Sweik on his wheel. Timon Rugg in 6th place. Pit's not too busy today. Van der Poel in 7th. Now Vincent Bastians is in 8th, Corny van Kessel in 9th, Stan Gaudry is now in 10th place. Van der Poel choosing to have little toe covers on those shoes. And on to the next little climb with our 2 leaders. But if you've just joined us now, this race is into its 3rd lap. 8 laps of racing we're going to have today. Laurens Sweik, the World Cup leader, is looking pretty comfortable as things stand. He just needs to keep pushing on every single race. The gap will grow to Isabet if he carries on like this. Niels van der Putte enjoying this course today. That's maybe why this Cyclo-cross World Cup is so good, in that last time out in Dublin we had a very different race. When you look at the characteristics of that course, compare them to today, you've got very different courses, different tests, and it's given the opportunity for a different style of rider to actually maybe win. We're getting the chance to see all the different attributes of different athletes in different races across the world. Okay, so far we've seen Isabet win the first 2 rounds. Then he went to Tabor and took that as well. Laurens Sweik then won the next 2 rounds. Van Turenhout, then Van der Poel took 2, then Wout van Aert. So we've had different winners across different rounds. And today, potentially, you're looking at another winner. Kevin Kuhn sprints his way over that little climb. He's just got to settle himself down and try and stay with the speed that these 2 riders are setting. For fans of other nations then, let's run through some of the riders for you. First Italian rider is Filippo Fontana, who's in 15th place, and Nicolas Samparisi is in 16th. David Menu is the second French rider, behind Nathan Beaumanel, who's in 25th place at the moment. So a few different nationalities represented in the top 10. A lot of Belgian riders, as always. Swiss, Dutch, all in the top 10. Thanks very much for all your messages. Very much appreciated. Thanks to Brooke, hello to you, and thanks for tuning in. To Bob Bobro and everyone else who has got in touch. More information on Fem Van Empel coming out. The medical team had initially thought that she might have broken her leg, but that is not the case as far as we're aware. We think it's just heavy bruising on the upper left leg. She did also have that crash in the reconnaissance where she banged her, I think it was her right knee. So she's got to be really checked out. As we know, we've seen her walking around. She was able to move her foot, her knee, and she was able to support her body weight as well. Coming up then to complete this lap with the chasers. Isabit goes through at 17 seconds. That was a very, very fast lap. Maybe why the Swiss rider Kevin Kuhn is suffering a little bit. Here's Mathieu van der Poel. Still not looking like he's got the measure of this course yet. Not prepared to go flat out. Van der Poel goes through in 7th place at 40 seconds. Back to our two leaders. So they just put in a 7:08 lap, which is 9 seconds faster than the previous fastest lap. Average speed of 25.18 kilometers an hour for Michael van Turenhout. Niels van der Putte up at the front. There's Kevin Kuhn. Maybe just felt that lap was just a little bit too quick for him. Lauren Swake is still there in 6th place, following Ellie Isabit. Michael van Turenhout stretches the pace just a little bit, trying to get rid of Niels van der Putte. This is a good move by van Turenhout. Big acceleration from the rider who won just a few weeks ago in Overijse, and we know that he's good on the snow. Van Turenhout, second to Wout van Aert last time. Can he settle himself in now? Thanks very much to Polar Joe for your message. Glad you're enjoying the racing today. Here's our chasers, led by the Swiss champion, Isabit in 2nd place. Another Swiss rider, Timon Rugg, in the 3rd place in that group. Michael van Turnhout choosing to go out very, very early. Lap 4 of 8. Makes short work of that little uphill section. Niels van der Putte still trying to track him. This would be an incredible result for Niels van der Putte if he could manage to bring this one home. There's Van Son Bastians and Mathieu van der Poel. Van der Putte, 22 years of age, in second place, but Van Turnhout's disappearing. Oh, he is sprinting hard. Doesn't look to be even riding on ice, does he? This is an impressive performance. Oh, having said that, a little bit of a slip and slide round that turn, and Van der Putte trying to come back. Van der Putte comes from Brecht in Belgium. Best result this season. I have to go back to... He took a win in Germany in an international cyclocross race there. That was back in September. Since then, his best result in one of the top crosses has been 5th place. He was 5th place in Kortrijk in the XTO Trophy Cross. In the World Cup so far, though, he had 17th place in Dublin, 11th place in Hulst. He was 7th in Beekse Berge. In Tabor, he was 7th. He was 7th in Fayetteville. And he took 8th place in Waterloo. So Van der Putte, he's had consistent top 10s. But if he could finish like this today, it would be a massive jump in performance. We know he's got the possibilities of doing that. Lawrence Swake still having to work hard. There he is in the World Cup leaders jersey. Van Turnhout making short work of all these turns at the moment. I wonder whether Van der Poel has just decided that he's not going to be absolutely on the limit today. That's what it looks like to me. I'm not so sure that Van der Poel's having any sort of off day. I think he's just decided that he can't go flat out on this course. Van der Putte now starting to drop back just a little bit. Up to the area where we've got the chainsaws with our two leaders. Let's see whether Van Turnhout can back up that 7:08 lap that he just had. This looks like Corny van Kessel. Oh, and a big fall off the top of that drop-off. And everything hurts a little bit more in the ice. Keep an eye at the bottom of the screen as always. I'll give you an update on riders who you might want to be cheering on. As this race continues, though, you just get colder and colder as we come up to the end of lap number 4 with our current leader. Van Turnhout has the advantage. Fastest lap of the race so far. He's just getting quicker and quicker. He's put Niels van der Putte into some difficulty. Here's the chase behind. Kevin Kuhn is just ahead. He's tracking in 3rd place, still on the podium as he attacks that corner. The rider's looking for the World Cup is a bit in red and black. Swake in the white, doing everything right so far. Being a little bit more conservative, just watching what's going on. Fastest lap of the race then for Michael van Turnhout, 25.41 kilometers an hour. Vincent Bastiens, again another consistent day for him. This is his playground. Van Turnhout looks good. Van der Poel at 1 minute 10 seconds now. The face of Niels van der Putte in second place. Here's Kevin Kuhn. It would be a wonderful day for him if he could get onto the podium. Michael van Turnhout is cutting lines around this course that no one else is able to do today. He's finding more speed than anybody. He's a man for the tough days, Michael van Turnhout. We think back to his big breakthrough moments, the likes of Namur, when he took a victory ahead of Pidcock and Toon Aerts on that day. He won in Overijse a few weeks ago, another tough cyclocross. He won the European Championships, that jersey he's wearing now in Namur. And Turnhout is always a rider who can produce the big performance now on a day that no one else can. Top lap so far then, Michael van Turnhout with the fastest lap, Niels van der Putte with the second fastest lap, Timon Rugg with the third fastest lap. He's only 11 seconds slower than van Turnhout. Then Kevin Kuhn with the fourth fastest, Laurens Sweeck with the fifth, and Isabit. Then Mathieu van der Poel, which perhaps gives you the indication that Van der Poel is not giving this full throttle at all. Still, any little mistake can cause you this race today, so you have to be on it the entire time. Van der Putte dropping away a little, 4.5 seconds behind now on terms of laps, but now at 23 seconds. I think Van Turnhout has put him in the red zone, and now Van der Putte's going backwards, and he might have difficulty holding on to his second place. Look at that as riders try and get any little bit of traction they can. Problem for Ellie Isabit. The chains come off. Van der Putte trying to hold on to a podium place. There's a long way to go in this race. Kevin Kuhn and Laurens Sweeck together now. It's so different, isn't it, this cross being in the snow. Could they put this in the Olympic Games? It would be a spectacle, there's no doubt. Kevin Kerwin, thanks for your message and thanks for being in touch and joining us for the race this afternoon. Van der Putte just trying to get some sort of life back into those hands. This course built in Vermilio, which sits at, and a problem here for Ellie Isabit. And that's not good news. Isabit in all sorts of pain. Can he get himself back on the bike? I'm not so sure he can. And he's in that corner where riders are going to come round. Isabit is in trouble with that left knee. He needs to just sit down for a moment. He doesn't want to sit in the snow. Oh, this is terrible news for Eli Isabit. He doesn't want to sit down in the snow when he's been flat out sweating on the bike. This course claims, unfortunately, another casualty. Into the pits for our second place rider, Niels van der Putte. Swaps over. He's still got quite a few seconds in hand, around about 11 seconds on these two riders behind him, who are really pushing now. And unfortunately for Eli Isabit, his challenge in the World Cup is now fading away, because I don't think he's going to finish today. It would mean that Sweik increases his advantage. End of lap number 5. Here's our leader, Michael van Turnhout. He's going even quicker. The fastest lap of the race for van Turnhout. That was a 7:02 lap for van Turnhout, 25.54 kilometers an hour. Second place, Niels van der Putte. The head is rocking, but that is the style of this rider. The two chasers are just behind him. A 7:15 lap, a 7:27 lap for van der Putte. He lost 25 seconds that time to Michael van Turnhout. So the current situation, van Turnhout leads 36 seconds on this rider in the blue, Niels van der Putte. Behind them at 44, Kevin Kuhn. At 45, Laurens Sweik. At 51, Timon Rugg. And in 6th place, his best performance of the season, Vincent Bastiens. Behind him at 1:40 is Mathieu van der Poel. Stan Gaudry in 9th place. It's been a long time since he's been in the top 10. Well, the news then is this. Eli Isabit is going to be carried away on a stretcher. I think he hit the pole when he crashed in that turn. Even when he's going through these turns flat out, Michael van Turnhout is finding traction that no one else is finding. His lap times, he's gone 7:17 for the opening lap, then another 7:17, then he went 7:08, 7:05, 7:02, whereas other riders are slowing down or just consistently riding the same sort of time. Van Turnhout is finding more and more speed every single lap. This is lap 6 of 8. The European champion is thriving in Val di Sole. Simon Williams, you're a yes to the Winter Olympics for cyclocross. It really is stunning up here today at 1,261 meters. Van der Putte is about to get some company. Switzerland at the moment are potentially looking at 2 riders on the podium. If Timon Rugg can get up to Kevin Kuhn, they've got 2 riders in the top 5. And the sad sight of Eli Isabit as he is carried away on a stretcher in the same way that we saw Fem van Empel earlier on today. We've had good news that Fem van Empel is okay. The question is whether Isabit has done more damage. Well, shoulder to shoulder. The World Cup leader taking no prisoners. Van Turnhout finding even that little section to his liking. Fast downhill, takes a little bit of traction over to the left-hand side through that corner. Underputter's still kicking on. He's got about 7 seconds on the chasers. Seems to have got himself going again. Where is the danger is now in this, how cold it is. The body can just go a little bit to sleep. Swake finding traction to be able to ride that entire turn, opening up a couple of seconds on the Swiss champion. Swake making a concerted effort now in that white and red jersey. There he is, with that unusual white tyre on the front. Totally different tread and pattern to everyone else, choosing a file pattern tread on the front. Everyone else choosing the normal knobbly mud tyres. Few of you agreeing that the way that Van Turnhout is riding, he's just displaying the fact that this is not an out-and-out power course. This is about, whoa, that medic just in front of Van Turnhout then almost caused a huge problem. It's not about raw power on this course. It's about technique, it's about capability, it's about measured effort. And that's what Van Turnhout is showing today. Don't forget then, follow uci.org or at UCI_cycling is where you can get hold of us. And at Ant McCrossan is where you can message. What do you think is going to happen for the rest of the race? Is Laurens Swake going to get on the podium? Or are we going to see a Swiss rider on the podium for the first time this season? Update on Mathieu van der Poel. You might be wondering, where is he? If you've just joined in now, 7th place for Van der Poel. 2 minutes and 2 seconds down. Here is Mathieu van der Poel. Oh, somehow manages to hold it. That looked like a pretty painful hold as well. Michael van Turnhout heading towards the end of lap number 6. Still a fair distance to go in this race. Remember, men's racing in the UCI Cyclo-cross World Cup has to be as close to an hour as possible. End of lap number 6 for Michael van Turnhout. Steadied that lap down to a 7:09. No need to go flat out again. He's opened his advantage. He's now at 45 seconds on Niels van der Putte. Van der Putte's kind of consolidating his second place. He's 8 seconds ahead of these two chasers. And Timon Rugg at the moment is around about 5 seconds behind these two. Second place for Niels van der Putte. This would be a wonderful performance if he can hold on. Laurens Swake, the World Cup leader, stamping on the pedals, trying to get a little bit more speed in 3rd place now. 2 Swiss riders, 4th and 5th. This is the best performance we've ever seen in a World Cup from Timon Rugg. Lap 7 of 8 for the European champion Michael van Turnhout. Swake and Kuhn kind of pushing each other on at the moment. We started today with Lawrence Swake on 266 points. Ez is a bit on 249. He won't finish today. Van Turnhout on 225. Lars van der Haar not riding today on 205. Niels van der Putte on 148. Jens Adams on 128. Jens Adams down in 29th place at the moment, nowhere near his performances of recently. He was 6th in Dublin. This course is not to his liking at all. Some nice shots of the way that these bikes are handling in the snow. It's funny when you think about some of the comments beforehand. Riders were really looking forward to this cross. The way that things have iced up overnight means that some riders who were noting it down on their programme nice and early will not want to ride next year. Some who have absolutely thrived in these conditions will love coming back next season. You can never tell with a cross on snow how things are going to play out. Today has been all about, can you ride well in the ice? Top 10 at the moment then. Michael van Turnhout, Niels van der Putte, Lawrence Swake, Kevin Kuhn, Timon Rug, Vincent Bastians, Mathieu van der Poel, Victor van der Putte, Stan Gaudry and Victor van der Putte. That's our top 10 in the race. This is our leader, Stan Gaudry, having a good ride at the moment. 29 years of age, comes from Breda in the Netherlands. Was a very good road rider as a junior. He was junior road race champion of the Netherlands and under 23 road champion as well. It's been a little bit of time since we've seen him towards the front of a World Cup cyclo-cross race. He was second in the Jingle Cross in 2018.
Ha guadagnato di nuovo, attenzione, sta guadagnando Kuhn e Swift, sta guadagnando tantissimo.
Fastest lap of the race remains Michael van Turnhout on his 5th lap. That was a 7:02.8. The top lap times, Niels van der Putte in 2nd place with a 7:09.5. Lawrence Swake in 3rd with a 7:15. Timon Rug in 4th place. Kevin Kuhn in 5th and Mathieu van der Poel in 6th place as far as the lap times are concerned. Kevin Kuhn starting to kick on a little bit, leaving Lawrence Swake behind. Swake needs as many points as possible to hold on to this red and white jersey. There's 24 points between Van Turnhout and Swake, so he can't afford to lose too many places. If the race finished like this, Van Turnhout would score 40 points and Lawrence Swake would score 22. So it'd be 18 points of a swing in the overall standings, which means that Van Turnhout would only be 6 points behind Lawrence Swake. It would start to look a little bit tricky. So Van Turnhout needs to keep pushing on, hold on to his 1st place. But Lawrence Swake cannot afford to be dropping back too much. Into the pits for the leader on lap 7. Coming up to the 50-minute mark. Mathieu van der Poel now 2 minutes and 32 seconds behind. He's down in 7th place. He's definitely decided today is not going to be a risk-taking day. But there are riders clearly at the front of this race who just love the snow. A great atmosphere, the noise of the chainsaws in the background, and the European champion with the white jersey, the shining snow as the background to a great performance. Kevin Kuhn is now searching for second place. This is a big move by the Swiss champion. He's only 7 seconds behind the second place. 1 lap of racing to go for Michael van Turnhout. A 7:15 lap that time. 21 kilometers of racing gone by, and van Turnhout has 48 seconds on this rider, Niels van der Putte. Van der Putte needs to keep the pressure on. And of course, that can present problems because you start to make a few mistakes. Van der Putte comes round the corner. 1 more lap of pain. 1 lap to go. End of lap number 7. We did have 8 laps of racing today. I do hear the bell in the background. I couldn't quite hear it before. Just to recap for you then, Michael van Turnhout is the leader in the European Champions colours. Niels van der Putte in second, Kevin Kuhn in third. Lawrence Wake in 4th place, the World Cup leader. He needs to try and maintain that position. He's only 11 seconds ahead of the 5th place rider, and that would really start to cut his lead. Whereas today he should be capitalising, unfortunately, on his a bit not finishing. Van Turnhout is making an assault not just on taking the win today, but also on securing a top place in the World Cup and potentially starting to take the jersey away from Lawrence Wake.
Nel nostro migliore azzurro sempre Nicolas Sapparisi in 13ª posizione e 17ª Pippo Fontana, 19ª Ciolin, Lifetime.
Van Turnhout pedaling his way down that long straight for the final time. He'll hold the fastest lap then, a 7:02. Our top 10 riders: Van Turnhout, Van der Putte, Kuhn, Swake, Timon Druk, Vincent Bastiens, Mathieu van der Poel, Pim Ronhaar. Swake trying to stay near the wheel of Kevin Kuhn, and that's pushing these 2 riders closely to Niels van der Putte. Here's Mathieu van der Poel, 7th place for him. Behind him is the Bauhaus Trek Lion, Pim Ronhaar. T-Sets, Corny van Kessel. That's our top 10.
Nella sua volta del crossismo ma anche dello stradismo negli anni 90, papà Andri fu fortissimo nel mountain bike, voleva il team American Eagle.
Van der Putte, having looked like he might get caught, is starting to open up the gap again. He's pushed on a little bit. Kevin Kuhn wants a position for Switzerland on the podium. This is a wonderful performance by him. It's a lawful long time since we saw a Swiss rider on the podium of a World Cup. Niels van der Putte, a little bit of a slip and slide as he makes his way to the top of that little climb. Oh, and that's causing him some issues. Lawrence Swake, that white front tyre, a soft rubber compound that he's chosen to ride today. Interesting decision. Kevin Kuhn. It's years since we saw a Swiss rider in men's racing finish on the podium of a World Cup. Van der Putte consolidating his position. Can Van der Putte hold on for his best ever performance in a World Cup? Kevin Kuhn giving this everything he possibly can. We're getting close to the end of the final lap of racing. 57 minutes of racing in the cold and snow in Val di Sole is coming to an end. Thinking all the way back to the last time a Swiss rider was on the podium of a World Cup, I'm pretty sure we have to go back to around about 2014, Julian Tara-Markatz. It's a long time. And Kevin Kuhn is looking to break that record as he continues to push on at the front of this race. Michael van Turnhout is almost at the end of what has been a tremendous performance. The Iceman has really shown what a rider he is. Last time in Val di Sole, he was second to Wout van Aert. Today shows just how good he is in the snow. Round the corner, his second victory this season. The European champion wins in Val di Sole. Here's the fight for second, third and fourth. They're almost there. This is a big moment for Niels van der Putte. Behind him, Kevin Kuhn, as he sprints on. He's just got to get this corner right. Lawrence Swake, the World Cup leader. He needs to stay there because Van Turnhout is closing the gap. His first ever World Cup podium. Niels van der Putte, take a bow or do a wheelie. Kevin Kuhn, his first World Cup podium. The Swiss rider in third place. Lawrence Swake in fourth. And I think a little bit of a slide round that turn for Timon Rugg. A celebration for Kevin Kuhn. What a day for the Swiss. The emotion showing here at the finish line. Hard work finally pays off. It's a big day for Switzerland. Timon Rugg is going to finish in fifth place. Two Swiss riders in the top six. Well, they congratulate each other. Koch Peters congratulates Niels van der Putte. Vincent Bastians is going to finish in the top six. It's great to see some different names, and that's what this Cyclo-cross World Cup is doing. It's giving us different names to talk about each week. It's not always the same rider who takes the win. Coming round the corner, Pim Ronhaar. Timon Rugg celebrates. Big day for Switzerland. Vincent Bastiens really deserves a top place. He's had some great early starts in races. Pim Ronhaar coming round. He's going to finish 7th. Vincent Bastiens, top 6 for him. 7th place for Pim Ronhaar. What a day in the snow of Val di Sole. 7th place for him. Mathieu van der Poel. He's going to finish in 8th place. The course maybe was one that he wasn't prepared to take the risk on. Van der Poel comes round the corner. 8th place for Mathieu van der Poel today. The sprint for the top 10, Corny van Kessel and Tissarts. Stan Gaudry finishes in 12th place. Behind him, Toon van den Bos. And the Italian, Nicolas Samparisi, gives them a 14th place. Following him was Filippo Fontana. And then just behind, Lander Lux. Behind Lander Lux, the gravel world champion, Gianni Vermeerts. And Witsi Musen is in the 18th place. A cold and icy test for the riders today.
I love that.
Big celebration though for Michael van Turnhout. 2nd place to Niels van der Putte, pulling the wheelie as he celebrates his first top 6. And the rest of the riders coming in. Matteo Pizzi, and a big sprint between these two. David Menui finishing now, the German champion, Marcel Miesen. Jody Bertolini just came in. Behind them, Remy Lalande. Jens Adams hasn't enjoyed this course at all, has he? Peddling his way into the finish. Well, we wait for the interviews. Unfortunately, we've lost Elisabeth from the race today.
Michael van Toornout, last week Tom Mewsen quit cyclocross. I think you are the new Iceman.
Yeah, it goes really good today. So yeah, I'm happy with that victory, and yeah, it was a pleasure to ride for the Italian people.
How difficult was it to avoid mistakes? Because to avoid mistakes completely was impossible, but yet you did avoid a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, I tried, but yeah, I think everyone makes a lot of mistakes, but it was very hard, and yeah, I do my own thing, and I think Niels had a flat tire, so yeah, but my own pace was, I think, very high, and I tried to whole race to hold that pace, and for me was enough for the victory.
Can we conclude that this was the most tricky race you ever rode in your career?
Yeah, it was very tricky, but yeah, and such a races I do very well, and yeah, for me it's good to ride here.
Congratulations, King of the Snow in Val di Sole, Michael van Toornout.
Michael van Toornout, great performance by him today. He really does ride well in these conditions. Big start for the riders in Val di Sole in the snow. And right to the front, the World Cup leader, Laurens Sweeck, trying to get the best start with a different combination of tyres than anyone else. Early doors, it was the Swiss champion Kevin Kuhn who looked really intent on trying to get as far away as possible from the rest of the fields. Mathieu van der Poel not having the best of starts and never really figured in the race. At the front though, Michael van Toornout was putting in fastest lap after fastest lap. Niels van der Putte and Michael van Toornout then attacked the rest of the field. The Swiss champion Kevin Kuhn was always present, sitting in third and fourth place throughout the race. Ultimately though, Michael van Toornout went on the attack after 3 laps of racing and opened up an advantage and was never seen again. Niels van der Putte held on in second place throughout. Kevin Kuhn was being challenged by Iserbyt. Laurens Sweeck knew that he needed to stay with Iserbyt, but then he crashed on a turn. Iserbyt was unfortunately stretchered away. Niels van der Putte was searching for his first ever podium finish, so was Kevin Kuhn, the Swiss champion. Sweeck was trying to limit his loss to Michael van Toornout. Shoulder to shoulder at times in this race. Slipping and sliding, but technical ability was really at play on the snow of Val di Sole. Van Toornout started the day 24 points down on the leader of the World Cup, Laurens Sweeck. At the finish, he took his second win of the season in the UCI Cyclo-cross World Cup, renamed the Iceman. Second place, his first podium finish to Niels van der Putte, pulling a wheelie in celebration, and a podium finish for Kevin Kuhn, who was absolutely ecstatic. Let's hear now from Niels van der Putte about his first World Cup podium finish.
Niels van der Putte, massive congratulations. Runner-up, your very first podium in the World Cup. What does it mean to you?
It means a lot. I've been on the podium in the last 2 years in elite races, but to finish on the podium in the World Cup on a track like this is just incredible. Yeah, I'm very, very happy.
And before half race, you were even battling for victory.
Yeah, during the reckon of the race, I felt really confident, and then also during the first few laps, the feeling was good on the ice and on the snow, and it was just best to be in the front because it was hard to see like the ruts when you were in second position. And then I had a gap together with Michael, and he managed to get a little gap on me, and then I had a crash and a flat tire, so I really had to let him go. I don't mean that I would have been able to follow him otherwise, but it maybe would have been a nicer battle. But yeah, I'm just happy I could keep the pace I had before, and to finish second in the end.
Congratulations, runner-up in the World Cup, Val di Sole.
Niels van der Putte then, his first ever podium finish. His girlfriend Jara Kastelein has put on her social media that she's proud to see him finish in that second place. All the hard work pays off eventually. Here's the result of round 10 of this UCI Cyclo-cross World Cup. Michael van Turnhout takes his second win of this campaign, ahead of Niels van der Putte in second place, Kevin Kuhn in third place. The World Cup leader, Laurens Sweeck, sees his lead cut by van Turnhout. Here's the standings. Laurens Sweeck on 288 now. Van Turnhout on 265, as is a bit now down in third place, having been second, and Lars van der Haar in fourth place. So Sweeck still has a decent advantage. Time to get the skis on and ski home after a great day out watching cyclocross. Let's hear now from the Swiss champion, Kevin Kuhn.
Kevin Kuhn, massive congratulations, World Cup podium, and you had to battle for it till the very end.
Yeah, thank you. First podium, yeah. I was closing the gap to second place in the last lap, but I had troubles with my chain, so I was getting a bit nervous because Laurens came fast back, but I'm very happy for that.
Are you a snow specialist?
Well, I don't know, I didn't do a lot snow races yet, but the last Swiss guy on the podium was also on snow, I think, so, and I'm the next one, so I'm very happy.
How long ago was that?
Oh, I don't know, some years.
What does it mean for you to be on the podium of a World Cup race?
Yeah, everything. I've worked very long for that, and it was hard work, but yeah, perfect race for me, and I'm very happy.
Congratulations, Kevin Kuhn.
Kevin Kuhn, I'm pretty certain that the last Swiss rider on the podium of a World Cup was actually Zana in Zolder in 2013. Taramakats finished some pretty high places, but I don't think Nome was a World Cup in 2014-15. So I think we have to go back to Zana all the way back in 2013 to see a Swiss rider finish on the podium of a World Cup. Big celebration. Once you do it once, though, the floodgates can start to open. We're waiting for the podium presentation of the day. The light's starting to fade up here on the mountainsides. Thanks for all the messages today. We're looking forward to more cyclocross coming up. Let's hear from Laurens Sweeck.
So close to the podium, but it was a very difficult race, I guess.
Yeah, I'm happy that I didn't crash or something, and for me it was also the leader's jersey important, and I think Michael did a really good job, and for me it was close to the second place, but in the end fourth, so I'm happy with it. Yeah.
Due to the crash for Eli Iserbyt, it looks better now for you in the World Cup, but the season is still long.
Yeah, it's still a lot of races to do, and I think Michael is coming closer now. So yeah, it's every Sunday I will be there to defend it, and I hope I can win it in the end. Yeah.
How would you summarize today's conditions, because they were simply epic?
Yeah, it was like more than skiing. It was skating on the ice. For really, in the end, it was really slippy, and yeah, I said it already. I'm happy that I didn't crash or something.
Thank you. Congratulations on staying leader of the World Cup.
World ceremony of the UCI Cyclo-cross.
Lawrence Wake then maintains his lead. We're waiting for the podium presentation. Don't forget, we've got cyclocross on the 26th of December. We're going to be in Gavere for that round of racing before the new year. A lot of these cyclocross riders then don't have a big Christmas celebration. Podium for Kevin Kuhn of Switzerland.
Ladies and gentlemen, in second place from Belgium, signore e signori, al secondo posto dal Belgio, Niels van der Putte.
Niels van der Putte in second place.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our winner today in Val di Sole for the elite men from Belgium, signore e signori, il vincitore del giorno qui in Val di Sole per la categoria elite maschile, dal Belgio Michael van Toornout.
Second win for him this season in the World Cup. He won in Overijssel where he beat Tom Pidcock and Lars van der Haar. He wins here in Val di Sole.
President of Trentino Marketing. I fiori e i trofei vengono consegnati da Gianni Battaiola, presidente di Trentino Marketing. Prego. Viene consegnato il premio in questo momento al terzo classificato dalla Svizzera. Applausi per Kevin Kuhn.
Kevin Kuhn in third place there. Van der Putte gets his flowers in second place.
Classificato dal Belgio. Ancora un applauso per Niels van der Putte. Ecco il momento della consegna del premio per il vincitore di giornata. Signore e signori, applausi per Michael van Toornout.
Michael van Toornout, here the winner in Val di Sole.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And now for the national anthem.
in the honor of the winner, the national anthem of Belgium. Signore e signori, la vostra attenzione, in onore del vincitore verrà suonato l'inno nazionale del Belgio. Michael van Toornout, Niels van der Putte, Kevin Kuhn.
There's our podium for round 10 of the World Cup.
Facciamo ancora un applauso ai tre protagonisti di giornata. Michael van Toornout dal Belgio, Niels van der Putte ancora dal Belgio, il terzo Kevin Kuhn. Now guys, you can bring the bottles. Potete brindare. Ed eccolo il momento ottimale per concludere.
And time to celebrate here in Val di Sole.
Trentino, Val di Sole e soprattutto Italia. Un podio
See if
che
we can get these bottles open.
belga e svizzero. Michael van Toornout, Niels van der Putte. Kevin Kuhn.
The podium of round 10. Great racing today on the snow. Thanks very much for joining us. We'll be back in Gavere. Have a good week. Bye for now.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, may we have your attention for the award ceremony for the World Cup leader jersey. Signore e signori, è arrivato il momento della consegna della maglia di leader di Coppa del Mondo dopo la giornata attuale. Il leader.
Before we say bye, we're just going to get a quick chance to see Lawrence Swake in the red and white jersey.
The jersey is presented by Mr. Gianni Battaiola, President of Trentino Marketing. A consegnare la maglia di leader.
He holds on to that jersey again, and actually his lead is slightly larger, although Michael Van Turnhout, the way he's going, is closing in. We wait for information about Elizabeth. We hope he's okay.
Gentlemen, show your appreciation for our World Cup leader from Belgium, Lawrence Lolo Swake. And you can bring the bottle, Lolo. Ci prepariamo con il brindisi, con il leader di Coppa del Mondo, quest'anno capace di vincere ben 2 prove.
Time to celebrate for Lawrence Swake.
E l'autore del brindisi è Lolo Swake.
He'll wear this red and white jersey next time. Bye for now.